here we are with more fat acceptance, because why not?
Okay, wait, keep up with this. The thin people that hate fat people don't hate fat people because they're fat. They hate them because every time they see a fat person that is simultaneously happy, it invalidates their entire experience of being thin and being afraid of being fat. Okay, wait.
Ma'am, are you okay? I know, is this like one of those things where it's like a high thought? You're stoned and you're like, wait, I think I've got it. Honey, no.
Travel might look a little different for us plus-size folks, but it's still possible. The airlines should do a better job accommodating us, but until then, I'll keep shouting my message from the rooftops. You deserve to travel just as much as anyone else. Travel might look a little different for us.
Never mind.
I know. Not everybody can.
I wish I was as skinny as you. Wow. Smart ass.
Achieve this. So skinny. Skinny legend. Soak it in.
Oh.
Soak it in, boys. You're welcome. Sometimes I get really sick. People are like, are you so skinny? It's like, ugh. Just achieve it.
I mean, I'm not saying it's not good to be confident and to feel good about yourself, but it's I hate it when they make jokes about themselves, like, to try to beat everybody to the punchline, because it only looks way worse and it only looks cringier. And I get what you're trying to do, but it only looks way worse than you think it does. I mean, okay.
It never fails that anytime I talk about my eating disorder or all the things I used to do to lose weight, at least one person will pop their head out of the ground just to say, you can lose weight in a healthy way. It doesn't need to be so extreme. And I don't know how else to explain that for me and for many, many other people, that is simply untrue. Because the second I start ignoring my body's cues, it's over. The instant my body tells me it is hungry and I choose either not to feed it or to underfeed it, which is what a calorie deficit is, it knows it's time for famine. It goes into scarcity mode. It thinks I don't have access to food, and as a result, my body turns on all the alarms to try to get me to eat as much as humanly possible so that I can survive this famine. And I want you to imagine what it's actually like to go through your day with your body screaming at you that it's starving.
First off, you have to train yourself into ignoring those cues. Because obviously you're eating way too much. And just because your body says you're hungry does not necessarily mean you're hungry. I've had plenty to eat and then been bored and just because I had nothing to do, started getting hungry. And I'm like, I know I'm not hungry, but, it's just, you can't always, you can't give in. That's called willpower. And set yourself up. Maybe set some meals, have a meal time. Know exactly when you're going to eat. That'll help, maybe. I really don't know with you guys anymore. It was not that hard for me to lose weight. And this sounds just stupid. Come on.
And you just have to pretend that that's not happening. It's consuming all of your thought space and all of your energy, but you just have to pretend it's not real. There is no way to casually pursue weight loss when you're in that state.
And you're not going to die just because you don't eat. Okay, now if you starve yourself on purpose for days on end, yeah, maybe get help. But you're not going, trust me, you're not going to go into starvation mode if you don't eat for a few freaking hours. Come on. You're okay. I promise you. I promise you you'll live through it. And it's not fun, because I hated having to train myself like that. But it gets easier. But it's not going to get, you're not going to go anywhere if you, oh my God.
Behaviors have to be extreme because it's an extreme situation.
No, it's
So when
not.
people talk about how weight loss is not an option for them or weight loss is harmful for them, just believe them. Just take them at their word.
What do we do when our fat faves lose weight? Let's talk about it. I don't have all the answers, but what I can tell you is I hate watching the same toxic patterns happening over and over online. And I will start with this so then people don't get mad. And this can be a really tough pill to swallow, but no one owes you their body. And it's never appropriate under any circumstance to share with someone negative thoughts or feelings about how their body looks or has changed. But here's the toxic pattern. Fat persona loses weight. Fat fan expresses some hurt or disappointment. And then thin fans take that as their opportunity to go in and be like, fuck you, body positive police, mind your business. They look amazing. They're just doing this for their health, and just throw in a bunch of other anti-fat, fat-phobic sentiments just for good measure. And then the persona will often encourage this type of discourse. If you are not fat and have never been fat, here's the context that you're missing. Imagine every piece of media that you engage with, every movie, TV show, song, all of it tells you you're bad and wrong. And then you find one little corner of the world that says, you know what? No, you can be loved and successful and funny and talented and adored just as you are. And then that window slams shut and tells you the same things that the rest of the world has told you. It's not about that person. It's about fat people when the world has ostracized them, making an individual their safe space. And maybe diet talk is really normal in your circle and the people you hang out with, but other people have had to do a lot of work to eliminate diet talk and diet culture from their community. Diet and weight loss talk is sensitive for good reason. 1 in 4 or 5 people end up with an eating disorder. Most people, I think, 9.
I love all of the excuses this community uses. And most of the time, they're all the same fucking excuse. And why are you even worried about your favorite idol losing weight? Guess what? You're not them. You're nowhere near them. Okay, so don't even compare yourself to that. And another thing is, who cares? It's not your life. Just like you say, I just want to exist. I just don't want to, people to bother me and yada, yada, yada. They don't want that either. What is wrong with you? That's a dumb question.
90 to 98% of people will gain all the weight back and then some. And that diet cycling can result in worse.
You will use any excuse not to have to actually work at it and not to actually do anything. You're so lazy. That's what it is. It is laziness. You just stop lying to yourself. Stop saying that it's because this, and this. No, you're lazy. You're lazy.
Health outcomes than just staying fat in the first place. Also, if you have an eating disorder and you're fat, trying to get any treatment for that is hell. And when that one safe space is no longer...
Okay, just a reminder, I've mentioned in the past, I did not spend a dime to lose weight, okay? I did not go to a gym. I did not buy any special pills or certain kind of drinks, or I drank water from the tap. And I drank water all of the time. I worked out in my room. Not to mention there are YouTube videos. There are, even if you don't have any source of just anything in your house. I would march in place sometimes at 10 or 15 minutes at a time and do it numerous times, or I'd pace, or I'd clean, or there's just a million things that don't cost a lot. Okay, go to the grocery store and buy shit. Don't order out. It's not as hard as you think it is. Come on.
Longer safe, it can activate a lot of pain and trauma. Again, if you are fat and you're feeling that pain, it's not appropriate to share with that person.
It's always okay to unfollow or block people who share diet content. You don't have to announce, just unfollow. Just do what's right for you. Oh my God.
If you're feeling this way, I really hope you talk to people, a therapist, or
talk to a doctor. Talk to a therapist. Yes, don't listen to these people. Don't listen to anybody online. Go see a doctor and listen to them, not this bullshit.
Friends, supportive people in your life to process these feelings, because it's
and if your friends are enablers or just listen to yourself, damn it. Don't follow everybody else. This is
and it's important. And rather than these intense binaries, I would love to see these conversations held with more nuance and compassion. You know, I can understand why this topic might be triggering for some people, and I hope you get support for that elsewhere, but this is my body and I can't hold that pain for you is valid. If you're a thin ally, this is a great opportunity to fight the assumption that thin equals health, and remember that there's maybe more going on than you can understand.
I work hard to make this house a home.
Why can't women have more respect for themselves than have everything hanging out on social media? Thank you.
After being accused of it for so long, I have decided that I will in fact be promoting obesity from here on out. So, if you would like to Venmo me the low rate of $100 a month, I will be your personal obesity coach, and I will help you meet your obesity goals. After being accused of it for so long, I have decided that
Are they serious?
I really dislike the perception that no fat person realizes that they're fat or has ever tried to lose weight. My first diet started when I was 9 years old, and to be honest, I really only truly quit dieting in any way this year when I'm 26. There is substantial scientific evidence that suggests that intentional weight loss doesn't last and has negative ramifications to both your physical and your mental health. Dieting is more likely to give you a host of problems, like destroying your entire relationship with food, than...
You guys are so hung up on food. Food is not everything. Food is not... It's like you're that's what we call an addiction. You know, like you're defending food, and I feel like it's kind of sad to have your whole life revolve around food.
It is to result in a thinner, better version of you. And just to be clear, the thinner version...
And yeah, it's good to be... Now, I know that thin doesn't always equal healthy. Before I was completely morbidly obese, before I had my kids, I was anorexic, borderline bulimic. Yeah, I was literally a size 0, which was not good for me. I know that, but at the same time, going from one extreme to another does not... It's not good. That balance, life needs balance in every way, and you're just anti-balance. I don't know.
Of you is not the better version of you. There's no thin person inside of you who's waiting to break out. You're a complete human being, just as you are. Diets don't work.
Yeah, they do, but you don't have to be on a diet. Now, I don't really believe in diets because I didn't use a diet. I guess I use what they call intuitive eating, except with common sense. You know what's not good for you. You know what is good for you, and I don't feel like it's that hard, to say no to a second helping and portion control, and it really wasn't that hard, like they make it sound like it's so hard, it's just so deep, it's such a travesty that everybody is trying so hard to be thin. And another thing is, I don't care if they hate that thin does look good. I want to be thin. I do like to look good. I'm sorry. Yeah, I do.
I really dislike the perception that no fat person realizes that they're fat or has ever tried to lose weight.
Hey, genius.
Not wanting to get gallbladder disease, diabetes, high and low HDL, cholesterol, hypertension. Hypertension death is fat phobic, then so be it.
Medical conditions are primarily determined by genetics. So why y'all...
Nope. I got gallbladder disease because I was morbidly obese. I have diabetes because none of this shit runs in my family, by the way. And this is all from me gaining weight. And I don't know about the cholesterol, the hypertension, but I do know, I think 8 level. But yeah, that happened because I was overweight, not because I was, come on,
Keep equating being fat with very specific stereotypical medical conditions is beyond my comprehension. Hey,
it sounds like it.
Hello and welcome to another episode of Beauty Standards Suck and I Hate Them. Did you know that some of the earliest known sculptures of human beings depict fat bodies? This is the Venus of Willendorf, and this is the Venus of Holyfels. I might have butchered that pronunciation, I am sorry, Germans. For a long time, it was assumed that statues like these showed exaggerated features from an outside perspective. However, modern theories suggest that they were actually sculpted by women who were looking at their bodies from their own perspective. Basically, the proportions are really similar to the proportions of how it...
First off, back then, it was good to be overweight because it showed your status. It showed you have more money, meaning you had more money to have food than other people.
Look if they were looking.
But since science happened and, we've been, able to excel in that, and because of modern technology, we now know that is bad for you. It's bad. Okay, we've learned. We're not stuck in that age anymore.
Down at their own bodies because they didn't have mirrors. This is just a theory, but I think it's important to point out how numerous gods, kings, and pharaohs of the ancient world were all depicted with fat bodies. They symbolized fertility, divinity, and prestige. It just shows how much the times have changed.
Yeah, because we've learned a lot more. Are you serious?
Changed.
I'm done with body positivity. So I posted this video, and of course, I got a slew of just thin, privileged women telling me that I'm wrong. Which, of course, as a fat person, you know that is our entire experience. We're never trusted to know our own feelings or what we're thinking. You're not actually hungry. You're not actually thirsty. You're lazy. And look, I understand, under the umbrella of diet culture, we all suffer from body dysmorphia and body image issues. I don't know what it's like to be in a larger body, but then I thought, I don't know what it's like to be in a smaller body. We'll never know the struggle of having to never buy my own drinks. I'll never feel the turmoil of having male friends who want anything else but friendship. I'll never know the pain of always being able to find clothes.
This is coming from somebody who is obviously jealous of people who are thinner than her. It is so, it is showing. It is coming out of her pores right now of how much hatred she has for people who are thinner than her. This is, wow. I don't know about the other shit, but she is completely missing the point.
In my size. I will never know the disappointment of realizing a guy rejected me not because of my body, but because of my shitty personality.